Hello everyone and welcome to the Weekly Rewind presented by Attractions Magazine. This episode is for Sunday, September 18th, 2016. I am your host, Banks Lee. As always, we're going to take a look back at the past 7 days of our Twitter feed at Attractions. So let's get started last Sunday on September 11th. Over at Universal Studios Florida, we noticed that the Simpsons ride is now offering single riders. Now, this is not something that I've seen personally been done before, so this may be new. Don't know if it's temporary or if it's just something for the season. If you're over there and you're looking to ride this and you don't have anyone to ride with, looking to take in the single rider line. September 12th, we shared this photo of the California Adventure Guide map over at Disneyland in California. The cover is for the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. Of course, I'm sure you've heard of by now that in early January, the Tower of Terror is closing for good to be converted over into a Guardians of the Galaxy ride. So right now, until the closing date, they are doing some special offerings there, and this map is just a reflection of some of the cool things, the last checkout, as they're calling it. September 13th, over at Epcot, Sum of All Thrills and Stormstruck had their final day of operation. These two closed to make ways for future enhancements inside Innoventions. Now, these were two of the remaining Innoventions exhibits. Pretty much the only one left at this point is Colortopia in the same building that these two were in. You'll be able to see video of both of these attractions on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/attractionsmagazine sometime here in the future. That night on September 13th, over at Universal Orlando, the house posters for this year's Halloween Horror Nights went up. Get ready for a lot of Halloween Horror Nights updates this week on the Rewind because this is the week that it started. On September 14th at Universal Studios Florida, the special Halloween Horror Nights 26 Tribute Shop opened. This is located to the left of the entrance of Revenge of the Mummy, and they sell merchandise, of course, based around many of the properties that are featured this year at Halloween Horror Nights, like Krampus, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Walking Dead, and more. And, of course, Chance. Can't forget Chance. This shop is open every day, both during regular park hours and during Halloween Horror Nights on the select nights that event runs. September 14th also marked the first day for the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival. It's going to be running through November. Lots of great food to try there. I haven't gone over there personally myself, but we're going to have a look at it in a future episode of the show, so you'll want to stay tuned for that. I don't want to share too many food pics because I'm hungry, and this is just making me even more hungry. You can head over to our Twitter page at twitter.com/attractions to see more food pics from September 14th at the Food and Wine Festival. This is just a look at the lamb chop and the shrimp from the Australia booth. That night on September 14th was the team member preview for Halloween Horror Nights. And they do this every year, a couple of days before the official opening night, where team members get to go. They have tickets they can give to friends, family, and it's just basically a dress rehearsal for the main event. So we were there. You can see lots of videos and photos of the scare zones on our YouTube channel and our Twitter feed and even on Facebook. So definitely go check them out. Too much to share in this short episode. Moving on to September 16th, the official opening night of Halloween Horror Nights. And this is something that I really love. This is a Park Services team member, and they get to have fun and get into the Halloween Horror Nights vibe. Though they are not actual characters, they still get to wear their costumes very disheveled, bloody, really fit in with the theme. And I really like that little touch. Here's a look inside one of 5 scare zones. This is the Survive or Die Apocalypse scare zone in the New York section of the park. This tree growing out of a car there. It's like gangs, rival. There's definitely storylines to this. You can go to our blog at attractionsmagazine.com to learn a little bit more about each scare zone and see inside a couple of the houses as well. We have video highlights from Krampus and American Horror Story. September 17th saw a special one-day-only event called FanFest happening over at the Orange County Convention Center. Now FanFest is a convention that does take place at various cities across the country, but for this special event, all of the proceeds were going to benefit the One Orlando Fund. This was a great cause. Lots of great guests were able to come down, including stars from The Walking Dead and Arrow, and even Chance herself and some of her minions made a special appearance at FanFest Orlando. And finally this week, I want to share this photo look at the brand new Coca-Cola Polar Bear meet and greet that is now running over at the Coca-Cola store at Disney Springs. On September 17th, they were doing some limited meet and greets testing, but any day now. Today, tomorrow, definitely this week, they will be doing regular meet and greets daily. The meet and greets are free. I'm sure they're going to have photos that you can buy afterwards, but it's free to go in there. Give the bear a hug. He's very interactive with the guests. It's so cool. I'm sure you've probably seen viral videos on Facebook from some of his meet and greets, like at the Coke store in Atlanta, Georgia. So definitely cool to have him here in Orlando. And that brings us to last week on. This is where we take a look back at the past week of our original programming on youtube.com/attractions magazine to see what they covered in their episodes. So without further ado, here is... And that's going to do it this week for the Weekly Rewind. Be sure to tune into the show this Thursday. It is going to be a Halloween Horror Nights spectacular coast-to-coast events. Hollywood, Orlando, we're going to show you both events for this year, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Maybe even be a surprise appearance by someone. Who knows? Find out this Thursday. Until next week, guys, have fun. We'll see you later.